How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. This video is about some of the mistakes that you can avoid when quitting alcohol. The first mistake to avoid is to understand that this is not about the alcohol. You know, alcohol is very little to do with this. Alcohol is the vehicle by which you get to the end result that you want, right? Which is whatever it is, relaxation, socializing, blah, 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 whatever, right? It's nothing to do with the alcohol, because if it wasn't for the alcohol, it could have been anything else. It could have been another problem, right? It could have been another drug. It could have been heroin. It could have been cocaine. What this is all about is it's your behavior. It's the behavior of you lifting the glass and taking that instant gratification way out, right? Taking the easy route out of your problems, right? Taking the easy route out of socializing, of relaxation, right? It's down to you. It's 100% your responsibility. Mistake number two is that people listen to the gremlin inside their heads, right? Listen to that part of them that makes the excuses for them drinking, right? That makes the excuses for them to moderate, and to think that moderation is a good thing to have, right? That they can moderate and there's going to be no problems. And once they get further and further into this journey, that their abilities to moderate, because they've quit drinking for a month or 2 months, that they can now go back and moderate their drinking. Is by giving this inner voice more power than it should have, right? Because at the end of the day, this inner voice is you. It's a part of of what you say to yourself. So the mistake is to, first of all, think that the voice is anything that is separate from you. You can name it and say, well, yeah, it's a part of me, it's the gremlin, it's the horrible little thing inside of me that I'm watching die, and it's part of the behavior. It's the part of the alcohol drinking behavior that I want to get rid of. It's part of the habit that I want to get rid of. Mistake number three is to treat your quit drinking as a loss, like you have lost a friend, like you're mourning somebody or something that has had some great impact on your life. Alcohol has had an impact on your life, all right, but it's generally an impact which has been very detrimental to you, to both your physical and your mental health. You think of any area in your life which alcohol hasn't had a detrimental impact. Almost in every case, it's the longer you drink, the more the alcohol behavior has stretched its tendrils out and has enveloped many more areas of your life. So don't mourn the loss of this as a friend. This is your enemy. Another mistake that people make is just not preparing. You wouldn't do most important things in your life without at least doing some form of preparation, right? Even going away on a simple vacation requires a lot of preparation in advance. Planning what you're going to do, planning where you're going to go, where you're going to stay, how you're going to get there, what you're going to do when you get there. All of this requires some thinking and preparation. Now what you're doing now, the actual quitting drinking part is easy. It's simple, right? You don't put any alcohol into your mouth anymore. And it's as simple as that. If you do that and you never put any alcohol in again, you've quit drinking, right? Nothing can be more simpler than that. And you don't have to do any planning for that, right? But the problem is that it's the behavior itself which you've got to extricate, right? Which you've got to deconstruct, right? And it's in this deconstruction that it's going to take time, and you need to plan. Because when you get to the end of the day, right, and you would normally drink, what are you going to do then? Are you going to arrive at that end of the day? You're going to go into your normal mode where you would normally drink, but you have no drink. And are you going to think then, while you're under pressure and while you're having this discomfort, exactly what you're going to do? That's a mistake, right? You should think about these things while you're not under the discomfort, right? While you're not under the pressure, while your head is straight, while you've got that determination and that commitment to quit. The next mistake that people make is in believing that somebody or something outside of themselves is going to save them, right? That they can take a course, right? They can read a book, right? Or they can talk to somebody and automatically it's going to change something in their lives which shoots them down a different direction and makes it easy for them to quit. It's just not the way that this happens. You know, as I said, this is a massive journey ahead of you, right? It's not a massive journey of discomfort. The discomfort only happens at the beginning, right? If you allow that, right? If you get yourself into the right frame of mind and you focus your mind on the future instead of the past, right? On something that you want to achieve in your life instead of something that you want to leave behind, the alcohol drinking, right? Then that will drive you forwards. It will give you lots of momentum, and it will be a pleasure to live your life, right? It will be a pleasure to push yourself and to have that toughness about yourself, that mental resilience. If you, on the other hand, decide that you're going to focus all your attention on what you're missing out, you know, as I say, mourning the loss of a dear friend, a companion, this divorce that people talk about, that it's like having a divorce from somebody that they were with, they loved and they hated them at the same time. This is setting yourself up for a lifetime of misery, because you're never leaving the alcohol behind you. You're never leaving that behavior behind you. And that brings me on to my next point, which is that it's a mistake to think that quitting drinking alcohol is enough, that just getting the alcohol out of your system is enough, that stopping drinking and never drinking again is enough. It's not. You need to build on that. You need to, as I say, put as much distance between you and who you are now and the behaviors that you have now, that alcohol drinking behavior that you have now, and the person that you want to be. And that is my message, is to replace, right? Because if you don't replace, you're always going to be pining. As I say, you're going to be craving for the old habit. So that's it. I'm going to leave it there. Until next time, my name is Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. If you have any questions at all, send me an email to kevin@alcoholmastery.com. Until next time, take care. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth and stay safe. Onwards and upwards.